So anytime we drop a reward or a deal that's exclusive, it goes to Vanta first.
Hello, and welcome back to The Wave. Today we are here from Matias with Matias from
Cheers.
AssetDash. I hope you're having a spectacular day, and I'm excited to get into this episode with you. Could you please introduce yourself?
Yeah, I'm Matias. I'm the CEO and co-founder at AssetDash. Our platform allows you to seamlessly track all of your investments and earn rewards at the same time. And excited to be here. As I had mentioned earlier, we've given away a lot of faceless CNFTs in AssetDash to thousands of members, and excited to chat with you about crypto, what we're building, anything you want.
Cool. Perfect. And next to me, or at least on my screen, is my brother Wookie. You want to introduce yourself?
Absolutely. It's Wookie, co-host of The Wave. It's a pleasure to be here with you, Matias. And I can't wait to dive into the episode. So without more to it, let's do it.
Perfect. So you already introduced yourself, but could you give us a little bit more context as to what AssetDash is and what we're working with here?
Yeah, for sure. So first and foremost, one of the main feature sets is our portfolio tracker. So you can track everything from your investments on Solana, whether it's NFTs, DeFi, Ethereum, EVM, ordinals, crypto tokens, DeFi on 10 different blockchains. List goes on and on. So I think, at least on mobile, from end-to-end support, we probably have the most coverage for investors across Web3. So you just drop in your address and you start tracking your portfolio. You can connect as many wallets as you want. And then we also support TradFi as well, and custody accounts for crypto. So you can track your Coinbase, your Robinhood, your TD Ameritrade alongside your Solana NFTs, your ordinals, so on and so forth. And then on top of that, another major hit feature is the rewards program that we've built. So in the app, you earn these non-transferable, non-on-chain AssetDash coins. They're equivalent to like a video game currency. And then you can use those coins to buy things from our marketplace in our app. So those are things ranging from NFTs to gift cards, whitelist spots, pre-sales, the list goes on and on. So a lot of the faceless NFTs that we distributed work through our loot box feature, where you buy a loot box and then inside of it there's something, right? In some cases, it's 2 random NFTs. In some cases, it's a link to buy an NFT at a discount. In other cases, it's exclusive access to, a unique product experience. The list goes on and on. So we launched the AssetDash coins around 4 weeks ago. And so far, over 10,000 digital assets have been purchased with AssetDash coins. So it's going really great, seeing a lot of traction, and a great time to be building.
That's awesome to hear.
Yeah, spectacular. So while we're on the topic of AssetDash coins and the gift boxes that you guys have been giving out, let's talk a little bit about your marketing strategy and how kind of those two relate and what else you guys are doing to bring people into your app and your portfolio tracker.
Yeah. So for us, we don't really do much, paid marketing or, influencer type marketing or anything like that. It's really focused on building the most incredible product experience for our most loyal members. And we've seen a lot of organic growth from that. I think now we're probably, the biggest or one of the biggest mobile portfolio trackers in the Web3 space. Our members who use our app come back and check it daily. And I think a big part of that is really listening to our members and building out a product that they want to see, and, taking their feedback extremely seriously and implementing that into our roadmap. And then a lot of the growth happens, naturally on top of that.
That makes sense. Absolutely. I do have a question, because I've been a user of portfolio aggregators for a while, and I really like what you guys are doing. But I know that for a fact that at least at the beginning, early days of Solana, one of the players that comes to mind was Step Finance. I'm pretty sure you're familiar with them. And I remember they went through a token in order to get some monetization on their side. And they were still facing some challenges when it comes to monetization, especially for a portfolio aggregator kind of thing. How are you targeting this monetization aspect?
Yeah, it's a great question. So for us, it's a much different approach. So we don't, have like an on-chain token. The AssetDash coins I mentioned earlier, they're very similar to, American Express points or airline miles, that they're more on that side of the market. For us, monetization wise, it's really about our partnership program. So we have a very large and active group of crypto natives on our app. And we have ways that brands can get in front of those crypto natives through features like our AssetDash Learn, the deals, the marketplace, and so on and so forth. So, for example, if you're a brand, just listing your NFT in the AssetDash marketplace or your whitelist or your pre-sale is a great opportunity for your brand because you're getting it directly in front of a ton of crypto natives in an actionable way, right? So unlike here's a Twitter ad, click this Twitter ad, or here's an influencer that says X, Y, and Z about my product, this is the ability for verified crypto natives to have the opportunity to use their AssetDash coins to buy your NFT, let's say. And one big benefit of that is in that process, we have a lot of in-app education about your project and about your brand. And it's really interesting how fantastic results we're seeing when we do these types of partnerships, whether it's with a brand like Soul Casino or a brand like NeoSwap or an upcoming mint like the Primes. The list goes on and on. We've done partnerships with a lot of the big brands in the space, Tensor, Magic Eden, so on and so forth. I think one thing that's really interesting is AssetDash coins have created a way where when people spend their AssetDash coins or when they're considering spending their AssetDash coins, they're doing a lot of organic research into that product, into that artist, into that NFT. And that creates like a very meaningful potential community growth acquisition channel for our partners. So we've really centered it around that component, making it more community growth oriented and focused more on the partnership side as opposed to releasing a token or any of the other monetization models that are out there.
Yeah, great answer. Honestly, I think you're taking the correct route here, and we can definitely see it in the results. I mean, your platform is absolutely huge, and the impact has been amazing.
Thank you.
Appreciate sure. That. And when it comes to what you mentioned with like the rewards and like the spending of like the coins, I know that what you said about learning is super important. And you guys have another feature on the app, which is the whole learn tab, right? And how you do surveys to earn these coins.
Yeah. So what we do is you earn the coins in the app for doing different actions. And one of those actions is about learning about other brands in the crypto space. So whether it's, a new NFT project, DeFi protocol, marketplace, the list goes on and on. So that's one of the interesting things about AssetDash coins is they can't be purchased, right? You can't just connect your credit card and buy them. They're earned in the app. And the way they're earned in the app is a big chunk of that is centered around, engagement and education. So members on our app are actually incentivized to learn about your brand because they want to get AssetDash coins. And if you look at Twitter, there's tweets every week from our members saying, I just found out about this on AssetDash. I just found out about this NFT collection through AssetDash Learn. I just took part in this DeFi initiative because of what I saw on AssetDash Learn. So it's this very unique flywheel between the members, the partners, and AssetDash, and it's a win-win-win for every party. And I think that's what creates a great partnership program and a great reward program. You need both.
Yeah, I have to agree. So if we can move on, I know you guys are doing a lot with these coins. Can you tell us a little bit about how these coins play into Vanta and how that goes through? And why exactly did you decide to mint the NFT and create this collection?
Yeah, great question. So, we had been live with the product and building for about 2 years. And the question we got every single day is when AssetDash NFT, like a year. And our idea was, with Vanta, we always had a plan to release a premium membership to AssetDash, but our initial thought was we were just going to make it an in-app, $100 a month type subscription. And what we realized is there's a very unique and innovative opportunity to make that premium membership an NFT. And that's exactly what Vanta is. So Vanta gets you access to the highest tier of deals on our platform. So anytime we drop a reward or a deal that's exclusive, it goes to Vanta first. And then after Vanta decides to buy it or not buy it, then it goes to the other tiers in the app. So the app has Vanta tier, platinum tier, gold tier, silver tier, and bronze tier. And the deals flow down the pipeline like that. So the most coveted and exclusive deals and opportunities go to Vanta first. The tie back to coins is if you own a Vanta, every time you get coins in the app, you get a multiplier. right? So if you were going to receive 100 coins for doing a learn, but you have a Vanta, you'll get 190 coins. If you have multiple Vantas, you may get 300 coins for that course. So the ability to accumulate coins faster is a big attribute of Vanta as well. And then the last part, and I think one of the most important parts, is premium portfolio tracking. So we basically have like this whole carved out section in our backend that's processing the portfolios of Vanta members. So they're getting, a faster, snappier experience. Even though the portfolio tracking for all tiers, bronze and higher, is really strong and extremely fast, Vanta does benefit from, faster speeds in certain areas like NFT floor prices and stuff like that. But all in all, what we try to do is ensure that portfolio tracking experience is as perfect as can be for all the tiers. But in certain areas where, capacity may be a restraint, let's say, if we have to unlock it for one particular tier, it's unlocked for Vanta tier.
Yeah, great job tying in the NFT collection to the existing product. I think that's the way to do it for sure. But if you don't mind me asking, how does, because I know you got an NFT with Drip as well, a generative collection. Mine is actually pretty cool. But how does that tie into everything?
Yeah, so the Drip campaign was just something that we did for a fun, exciting, marketing campaign. The people at Drip are fantastic. I love working with them. I think I'm really bullish on what they're building. So yeah, we wanted to get our experience taking part in all the Drip excitement. So we did that with the Dashers drop.
Yeah,
that's
I'm
a great way to go about it.
Huge fan of those.
Yeah, people love them.
I think I have mine right here. Hold on. I was preparing it before the interview. I got to show you real quick.
Raising flag, Jeff.
This is the one I got.
Yeah, I got mine here as well.
Oh, that one's sick.
Mine is amazing.
Yeah.
So anyway, you said that you use this as a marketing campaign, and I just want to know, like, where is your mind at in terms of the target audience of this product that you're building? Because I know that you guys have been focusing mainly on Solana. Are you thinking of going into Ethereum, just crypto in general, or like finance in general? Where do you see this going? What's your target audience?
So Solana doesn't even account for over 50% of our members now. So
oh wow,
our app's pretty split between EVM and Solana, and now ordinals. And then we also have a community that uses the app that's just in TradFi. So we support stocks as well.
Oh, wow.
So for us, Solana is a big cohort of our community, but it's not the majority. But it is like the largest cohort for sure. But we have support for 10 different EVM chains as well. So Arbitrum, Polygon, Avalanche, right? And then we also support crypto custody, right? So even people who just have like a Coinbase or a Binance account, they can use AssetDash as well. So the target customer or the target AssetDash member and someone who would find appeal in the product is basically if you invest in anything. If you invest in anything, come onto our app and be able to track your investments all in one place, get insights on those investments, and then earn rewards in the process, which I think is a pretty fun experience to tie it all together.
Absolutely. Couldn't agree more. I was gonna ask you something and I just forgot. Oh yeah, let's just take a step back and tell me about your background. Like, are you a programmer? Like, more of a trading guy? Where does this whole idea start from?
Yeah, so my background's entirely in marketing and business. So when I first got into crypto, or even before crypto, I was doing marketing, but in the music and nightlife space. So concerts, DJ events, stuff like that. Then I found out about crypto. Started doing a lot of freelance stuff in crypto. Then I became the first hire at Unstoppable Domains and helped them grow, doing marketing with them. And they recently became a unicorn. And then after that, I was VP of marketing at investment fund in New York called Roundhill Investments. Their $1 billion ETF manager launches exchange traded funds targeting millennial investors. So themes like sports betting, metaverse, so on and so forth. And then I launched AssetDash. So I think the combination between the crypto side, the NFT side, and then like the traditional finance side is like the perfect blend to what AssetDash has become today.
Oh, that definitely creates a great blend, like you said. And tell me a little bit more about the other members of the team. Or you said you were the co-founder. So the other founder, like, where are his strengths?
So the other founder is George Perez. He's the guy who does all the technical stuff. So he is an incredible engineer, also extremely helpful on the business and marketing side, but can do everything from the development on the mobile app to the web platform, the back end, all the architecture. So he does all or most of the heavy lifting there. And then we recently brought on another engineer who's fantastic, Logan. He joined us from Google. He's awesome. And then we have a fantastic community team as well. So the team's pretty much, I basically see it like two buckets in my head. You have community and product, and we're all collaborating to make that the best experience possible.
That's great. So let's get on. You said that there was the product side. I'm not gonna lie. I love the product. I love the design of the website. I love the design of the app. Everything is super easy to use. Could you just tell us a little bit about like the thesis behind how you're going about the design of the website? I know you're not necessarily working in this, as you said, you were in the marketing side, but can you tell us a little bit about what you know about this?
Well, I will say, when you're in a small startup, you're working on everything.
Yeah.
So besides putting code in, you have your hand in everything that happens with the product, which is honestly one of the reasons why I tell people it's great to be in startups, right? Because you're going to learn
For
more
sure.
in 1 year than I feel like you'd learn somewhere else in a decade, right? Because you're involved in so many different areas of the business that you're able to refine your skills in a number of different ways. On the design side, I would say the approach is simplicity. I think we try to keep everything super simple. We want it to be very easy to understand as to what that page is doing and what you can do on that page. I still think there's a bajillion areas where we can improve and get better. But in general, simplicity is what we're focused on.
How does this idea of simplicity translate to, let's say, the Vanta art for the NFTs? Like, who's the artist behind it? What was the creative process? If you can give us a little bit of insight on that, that'd be great.
Yeah, so the Vanta art idea was, we believe that this is going to become the black card of Web3. And that's been our belief from the beginning. And I think on a long enough time horizon, that thesis ends up being true. I think when we look down the line in a few years, we want it to be that the biggest and most influential and most active and most passionate and most crypto curious members in this space all have at least one Vanta, right? Because I think they're going to be able to unlock a lot of unique perks and experiences through owning that Vanta. So we want Vanta to become the black card of Web3. We think it's on a path to becoming that. And that really inspired the design around like the simple card component. I also think it was a bit different because it's not a PFP. We will have an AssetDash PFP in the future, and we'll have something that you can rep online. But I think it's important for the long-term vision of Vanta for people to really realize that this is a membership card, and you're going to unlock opportunities to get unique digital assets, unique membership opportunities, and we're already seeing it now, right? Like Vanta members have literally purchased over 10,000 different digital assets, right? Whether it's an NFT, a loot box, a pre-sale, a whitelist, Fortnite V-Bucks, free bet on Soul Casino, the list goes on and on. And we want to keep powering that experience all through the recognition of a card. And I think that's right for disruption in Web3. As we get more digital, we want that Vanta card experience to replicate what a black card experience for crypto would look like.
Yeah, I think that's a great way to go about it, especially with the design of the black card. I think keeping it super simple, it looks clean.
Yeah, thank you.
I think that is a great way to go about it.
I appreciate that.
And in terms of the different tiers of the card, if I'm not mistaken, there's like 3 or 4 different tiers.
Great question. So there's 5 tiers.
Okay.
Each tier is the same, but the main difference is the way in which you can combine those tiers.
Okay.
So every Vanta is going to unlock a unique experience for the end holder when you tie in the diversity in the coins marketplace, right? That's one big thing that I always come back to is you may think a whitelist is super impressive and your brother may think it's not. And you may think that this NFT is amazing and is worth 100,000 AssetDash coins. Somebody else may think it's only worth 10,000 AssetDash coins. And that's why a lot of our coin our bigger prizes in the AssetDash marketplace, they go to coin auctions, which are always super exciting because that's when you see people really put their coins to the test and really determine how much they want that item, right? But with the Vanta tiers, what's interesting is you can combine Vantas in different ways to boost your multiplier. So the benefit of boosting your multiplier is when you take an educational course about a new NFT or a new project, you'll get more coins from taking that course. So that's the interesting component from the tiers is the best what we call Vanta hand is having one of every tier, right? So if you had to have 5 Vantas, having one of each would unlock the highest multiplier. And then if you had to have 5 Vantas, if you don't have one of each, the next highest multiplier is having one of 5 of a kind. So all 5 of one tier. So we have an interesting blog post that I'm happy to share with you all that you can link to this podcast that explains how the Vanta hands work. But it's a fun, different way for our members to collect these Vantas.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that would be awesome if we
for
could
sure.
link that to the pod for sure.
Yeah,
Go ahead, Wombat.
Yeah, I think that there's an interesting dynamic when it comes to these NFTs. Usually have what I would say like a pretty basic way of going about things, but I like to see that you guys are going through something where holding more than one NFT is encouraged and it's gamified in a way that makes it more fun for the holders.
100%. A big focus of ours is making things entertaining. So every day in the app, in the deal section, the learners, there's always something new happening at AssetDash, and I think that's a big focus of ours.
And
Yeah.
let me ask you, what were some of the hurdles and challenges you guys faced, whether it's on the technical side or on the partnership side or competition? What was like the challenge?
Yeah, so I think on the competition side, we're always focused on ourselves internally, right? Like at the end of the day, I think we're competing with ourselves, and that's really important. What other people are doing is not as important. It's about us fulfilling our potential, which I think is extremely high. On the difficulty side, I would say honestly, just building in crypto in this stage, there's not a lot of tooling, and it's getting better and better. But I think we've experienced some of the issues with lack of API resources and things like that. But it's improving at an incredible speed, and I think the faster those tools become available, the easier it's going to be able to build in crypto. But no, this will be my third crypto cycle, so I've been kind of used to the bear parts of it, and I actually think they're a great time for building. It's a great time to build your foundation, great time to start a podcast, great time to start your own NFT collection, to get involved in the space, because you want to have all the foundations built out so when the market turns, you're prepared to reap the benefits of that.
So let's jump back a little bit and talk about the Vanta art itself. So we know we mentioned the black cards, but you mentioned something about there being an NFT PFP collection for Vanta.
Yes. So we announced after the mint, which was a post-mint surprise, that there will be a Vanta PFP.
Okay.
Can't share a ton of details yet, but it's coming.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah. We understand the value of PFP from a
Mhm.
brand perspective and things like that. But I think it's about being very strategic in the way in which we do things, and also accounting for different dynamics from what we want to focus on product wise to the overall market, stuff like that. But yeah, for sure, there'll definitely be a way to rep Vanta in your profile picture.
That's
We'll be
good.
looking forward for that for sure.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And I think you guys killed it, honestly, on the design for the dashers. I think they're super PFPable. The art is cool. Flag Monkeys did a great job. I'm a big fan.
Yeah. We're actually, Flag Monkeys is awesome. We're going to keep doing Flag Monkeys.
Let's go. So now I guess we can just start wrapping it up a little bit here and talk a little bit about the future of Vanta, the future of AssetDash. Where do you kind of see this in 10 years?
Yeah. So in 5-10 years, AssetDash is, an extremely dominant platform in the crypto and NFT space. Vanta is powering, this exceptional, best in class rewards system. The rest of our tiers are benefiting from tremendous rewards value as well, platinum, gold, silver. So I would say, best in class from the portfolio experience, best in class from the rewards experience. creating a system where no matter what community you're in, no matter what you're investing in, you're able to use AssetDash, get an incredible experience, and really benefit from the time that you spend in the app. And the third component would be by that time frame, I want to make sure that you're able to do a lot of the transactional things that you do in other places directly through AssetDash. So whether it's buying an NFT, swapping, so on and so forth. So we want to be this all-in-one hub for our members, where you come in, you check in, you see your portfolio, you have your AssetDash coins that you're earning, which are your rewards coins that you're using to buy things that are exciting to you in the app, and then that final leg is well, now I want to buy this new NFT. Well, just one tap, do it from AssetDash.
Great. So before we wrap this up again, let's just jump back a little bit and go back to the community side of things. And we talked about target audience. We talked about Vanta. How do you think, like, obviously Vanta being at the top of your community, but how are you giving people benefits for participating in the community? Like, let's say, are you doing something at Breakpoint, or are you doing any events, any spaces, any of those kinds of things?
Yeah. So we do a ton of spaces. We're super active in Discord, and I will say too, there's been a very fair amount of our deals that have extended to the platinum, gold tiers, and silver and bronze tiers as well. So one of the important parts about building is you like the idea of like progressively, rolling things out, but a fair chunk of members on our app have been able to benefit from the rewards. I think the interesting part with Vanta is you get the opportunity to get the rewards first, right? So if it's something that people really want, it's most likely going to sell out at the Vanta tier. But for example, for the Soul Casino loot box that we did, that was eligible for Vanta. And then after Vanta had 72 hours, it became eligible for Platinum and Gold as well. Same thing with the Margin Fi loot box that we ran as well. And same for a good chunk of the pre-sales that we've ran, right? So it all comes down to supply and demand, right? If a project is able to give a larger supply because their product supports that, then we're able to extend that farther down the tier list. But if a project comes to us and there's only 5 really amazing high value items, that's going to sell out in the Vanta tier, right? So we're active all over the place. Twitter, Discord, community for us is number one. And I think one of the unique things about AssetDash is we're very active across all different chains, right? So, we're not just in one area of the crypto ecosystem. We have users from all over. So we try to reflect that in the product and like what we do from a marketing perspective to not keep it too bucketed in one particular area. Because I do think our multi-asset class, multi-chain approach is very advantageous for our brand.
Of course.
For sure.
And I do have a question for you. So I understand that your background drives you to create a product like this, but are there any inspirational players, key players that also like take a part in the dream that is now AssetDash?
Yeah, it's an awesome question. I'm a big fan of just a lot of the innovation of crypto and a lot of the products in the space. Like I, even think things, Uniswap, I think is extremely cool. A lot of the products that have really built recurring community base and products that are getting used by crypto natives on an ongoing basis, I think are where I draw the most inspiration, because I think a big thing to take the entire space to the next level is you need to have people who are using the product and getting value from the product, right? And speculation can only take you so far, and I think speculation is an amazing thing. Actually, like speculation is a great from user adoption to getting people interested in something, but you want to have like awesome experiences from a consumer perspective. So I think Magic Eden's done a great job. I think Tensor's done a great job. I think Blur's done a great job. I think Uniswap is awesome. DYDX is really cool. I think Rollbit's really cool. Phantom's really cool. Backpack's really cool. The list goes on. We have a lot of amazing builders in the space, and I'm happy that AssetDash is playing a role, and I'm happy AssetDash kind of sits in a place where all of these different platforms can quasi integrate into AssetDash, right? Where you can see the NFTs that you bought on Magic Eden, inside of AssetDash. We've had campaigns where Magic Eden and Tensor have given out AssetDash coins to their users, which is super awesome, right? We've bought Tensorians and given them away in coin auctions, right? So I think it's a very collaborative space, which is really cool. you swap your tokens on Uniswap, that populates in your AssetDash, right? So I like the idea of us being able to aggregate into a lot of these amazing systems and provide this unified experience for our members.
Yeah, great answer. Thank you very much for that. Wombat, I think if you have one last question, we can go ahead and wrap this up. But otherwise,
Yep.
thank you so much.
Hey, this was awesome. Epic podcast. I think both of you are great. Let me know when the link is live, and we'll share it with our community. I'm sure they're going to love watching this and retweeting it.
Perfect. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Just one more question before we wrap this up, just for you. We tend to ask this every time. Who do you think will win in the upcoming fight between Elon Musk and Mark Zuckerberg? It's a tough one.
It seems like Zuck has more training,
For
but
sure.
Elon most likely has a trick up his sleeve. So I'm going to go with Elon. I think Elon.
Oh,
right.
man. Switching it up.
Yeah.
Everybody else has gone with Suck so far.
Yeah. I don't think Elon's the type of person to agree to that unless he has something.
It's a valid point. That's a valid point.
But
Yeah.
I would say this, I don't think it's going to happen. So.
Oh, well.
Fair
We'll
point.
see. All right.
Well, once again, thank you so much, Matias. It's been a pleasure. We will let you know once this is edited and good to go. But thank you for joining us, and thank you for your time.
Awesome.
And we will catch you on the next episode.
Awesome. Take care.
Appreciate it. Have a good one.